Hello everyone. As some of you may already know, we're going back to using Microsoft Excel for our gradebooks. And so I'm doing a little screencast today to share with you how to use them. The first step, we go to Dropbox, we open up the appropriate folder, and we find the appropriate gradebook. I'm using Practice today. It has some sample data. And so the first thing you're going to notice, when we open it up, we have to input a password. Your password's the same as your attendance sheets. As soon as you input your password, we come to a dashboard, and this is where we can quickly jump to any of the sheets we may need. Our first sheet is Setup Course, and so when I click on Setup Course, you're going to see where we can input the course name, the code, the term, our students' first and last names. Here's the great news. Jeanette's going to do that for us. So, very technically, we don't even have to come to this page. It will be set up. Our assignments and categories are the same. And so our professionalism, 15%, assessments, 30%, assignments, 55%, already set up for us each and every time. We go back to the Home tab. And so we're back to the dashboard. We can click Set Up Assignments. That would be our next logical step. This is where we input our individual assessments, assignments, and you notice professionalism attendance already placed there. We all have one professionalism attendance grade worth 100 points each week. And so you will need to input the dates. Again, I have some sample data here. You're also noticing that they're starting off with week 1, week 2, and so I have some assessments for week 1. I'm ready to start week 2. And 100 points, because that's what everything is worth in our courses. Everything we grade is worth 100 points. Also, you may have noticed that there's a little screen tip that pops up just reminding us to use week as the identifier. This is going to make it very nice for our students when we print out a report for them. And so you just, again, input your assessments, assignments, very similar to what we've been doing in other grade books. We click on Home. We're ready to score our assignments. Click. We have our category professionalism attendance. You can see I've already scored them. There's no date, so we're not in week 3, nothing to score. We do have to scroll down a bit for this, and so our next category, assessments. And you can see my week 2 test I just placed in there, so I'm ready to score that. Place my scores, and our last category, scrolling down a little bit, and you can see I've already input some of the assignments. I go back to Home. We do have a Notes page. You can use this or not use it, however you choose. And so if you want to add a little note just to keep track of something, you have an area here. Back home. We're ready for our reports. This yellow box, I click. There's a drop down. And in order to get a report, I need to pick a student ID. Once I've chosen a student ID, I can do a student grade summary or a student full report. The student grade summary is just a quick check. That Karen Kidder's not doing so well. Go back home. Student full report. Again, it's going to be for Karen Kidder because that's the same ID. When I click on that, gives a lot of information, and it's printable. We want to make sure that we're printing these out each and every week for our students so that at a minimum they're getting one printout every week so they know where they stand in the class. Sometimes it's hard for us as instructors to want to place the zeros there. We know they're going to get it, and we know if we don't place the 0, the grade probably is going to look a lot better than this does right now. But we're not doing the student any favors if we're inflating their grade. We need to sort of set the fire, light the fire, place the zeros so they can see what they need to do to make things happen. So we print it out. let's say tomorrow they come in and they take the chapter test and the heart model. I go back home. I go to score assignments. I go to I scroll down, and I find those zeros that Karen Kidder had. And she did very well now. Just needed to get her in and finish things up. Go back home. I can print her a new student full report. And that's more like it. So again, please put the zeros, change them, reprint as needed. Come back home. Under reports, the final report is the class grade summary. I do not have to have a particular student ID. Simply click on it, and at a glance it shows us how our class is standing. Go back home. Hopefully this helps. Let me share one bit of, I think, really good news. Since this is going to live in Dropbox, we no longer need to make copies of our gradebook each week. We do not need to make copies. We do not need to email them. What we do need to do is make sure that our gradebooks are saved and closed each time we use them. Please keep them in the Dropbox. Do not make copies of them. Save them. Close them. Do not have to email. And hopefully we're good to go. Thank you.